Now, without a synthesis or without a transplantation of a spiritual heart, apart from the seasoning effect of the gospel of Jesus Christ in our society, history suggests that the political reaction to unbridled permissiveness is harsh. History shows that where self-discipline is not present, and when private institutions refuse to respond with meaningful values and solutions, then national ruin results, and there is a political severity, and legal restraint diminishes democratic freedom. Not too long ago, college was salaries for faculty and football for alumni and parking places for students. But that's not the college scene anymore. It's a lot more serious, and there's a lot less rah-rah-rah about college. We're in a new day, and I think the most embarrassed Americans these days are the parents of some students, unfortunately. They seem to be bewildered, stunned, frustrated, helpless. Now let's take a look at the campus unrest. At a college or university not too far away, a sociologist, Robert Flank, produced a report analyzing the characteristics of the student activists. He came to 4 conclusions. They came from families that were highly permissive. They came from families that had no religious training at all, and if they did, it was highly liberal. They came from well-educated and intelligent families. Times are a-changing. The student today is very different than his predecessors, than the alumni. He's more affluent. He's more comfortably housed. He's equipped with the finest and most sophisticated tools of scholarship. But his college life, especially in these massive mega universities, his individual personal life is less human. Learning is increasingly packaged. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like the fact that he's a part of the knowledge business. The student today is seeking for identity, to differentiate himself from the crowd. He has a desire for self-definition. He has an inner need for a compelling authority to make his freedom meaningful. How different from the 30s, when the preoccupation was in economic security or facing a foreign fascist state, or in the 40s, when people were preoccupied with a world war that made sense and at least was somewhat moral. Or in the 50s, when people were trying to analyze what was the implication of the atomic bomb. The events of the world for the average student today are kaleidoscopic. There's no more glory in war for the student. He's attacking war. He's making war on war, and so he should. Songs like Down We Dive, Spouting Our Flames from Under, Off with One, it's a different kind of word, Heck of a Roar, We Live in Fame or We Go Down in Flames, Nothing Can Stop the Army Air Corps, and Praise God and Pass the Ammunition. Those songs aren't sung anymore. Nothing seems to be wanted more, and nothing seems to be achieved less than peace. Simple songs like Come Sing Me a Simple Song of Freedom are part of the yearning of our day. And part of the makeup, part of the dissipation of hope, part of the search for meaning, and part of the longing for satisfaction comes from the fact that you are the first generation of television kids. And the problems of the world have been squeezed upon you, unfortunately, without your selection, because the TV has brought the Holocaust into the family room. The communications media have made human inequity and social injustice and other societal sicknesses as permanently ever present in a catastrophic fashion. Watts and Bedford-Stuyvesant and Newark and Detroit, these are all our visible neighborhoods. And the security that we found in the suburbs and the white isolationism that we just pretended didn't exist now cause a tremendous amount of personal and growing guilt. To say nothing of hunger, to say nothing of the fact of population explosion, that 50% of the world is knowingly weak and desperately hungry today.
My Friday night date wore a jacket that was so fancy it looked like a girl's. The guy who took me out Saturday wore a shirt with a ruffled collar and cuffs. I thought it was his mother's. The pants are getting tighter, the hair longer, and clothes fancier. Do boys want to be girls or what? Please tell me. I'm beginning to wonder what all this means.